MashaAllah. We can still hear the sounds of kids playing outside. Are we okay to start? Okay. Okay. MashaAllah. Okay, you boys and girls come forward. Come quietly. Remember, it's among the etiquettes of a gathering that we join the gathering and we come to the front. Try to avoid using the wall or the pillars unless you need it. If you're an old man, you can use a pillar. MashaAllah, very good. Very good. Okay, let's start. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Today's topic is the sacred Kabah and the elephant. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Nahmaduhu wa nusalli ala rasulihil kareem amma ba'd. As it was mentioned, today's topic is the sacred Kaaba and the elephant. This story has been mentioned by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in Suratul Fil. So there's a surah in the Quran called Suratul Fil. Who knows what the word fil means? Musa. Elephant, mashallah. You've read the story before? Okay, very good. I want you to pay close attention because it could be that maybe some aspects of the story you may not heard of before. So it's always good to pay attention because if you heard something before, it may serve as a reminder, as a revision, and you may learn many new things. This story took place days before the birth of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It took place in the same year, just days before his birth. Now Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he was destined to become a prophet. And when a prophet receives prophethood, right around that time, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also grants the prophet miracles. Who knows what miracles are? What are miracles? Musa? Very good. Good answer, mashallah. It's not magic, but it looks like magic. Something extraordinary. Okay? Something which a normal person cannot carry out. Like Musa alayhi salatu wasalam, his staff, his stick would turn into a snake. So this is a miracle. It looks like it's magic, but it's not magic. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when he was born, right around that time, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made a lot of miracles happen. And one miracle that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made happen was the victory of Muslims in the story that I will discuss today, the sacred Kaaba and the elephants. There was a Christian governor. His name was Abraha. Not Ibrahim. His name was Abraha. He was a Yemeni governor. And as soon as he took power, he wanted to construct a church, and this church was destined to become the next Kaaba. He was jealous of the Kaaba because all of the Arabs, they would consider the Kaaba to be their respected place of worship. They had extreme love, extreme awe in their hearts for the Kaaba. Everyone would travel to the Kaaba. Just as in today's day and age, I'm pretty sure you boys and girls have immense love for the Kaaba. Hands up if you have immense love for the Kaaba. Who here loves the Kaaba? MashaAllah, MashaAllah. Who here has traveled to the Kaaba? MashaAllah, MashaAllah. You're very fortunate. So it's every single Muslim's desire, even in today's day and age, to go visit the blessed lands of Haramain Sharifain. So the Kaaba is located in Makkah Mukarramah. Even in those days, the Arabs, they had immense love for the Kaaba. So the Yemeni governor, he was extremely jealous, and he had a gigantic, state-of-the-art, beautiful church constructed. And it was decorated with gold, with silver, with marble, pearls and gems, just to attract other people. So when this church was constructed, it was so high and it was so tall that, let's say if Hashir or Ahmad were to look up to that church, their topis would fall. That's how high it was. Okay, because it was impossible to actually look at the top of the church standing from the base. So the church that was built was gigantic. It was very beautiful. And the whole objective was to pull the Arabs towards this church and to make them start worshipping and perform the pilgrimage around this church and to leave the Kaaba. So he didn't want anyone to go to Makkah Mukarramah and to perform Hajj and the pilgrimage there. He wanted everyone to come to his place of worship, which he constructed in Yemen in the form of a church. Now, when the Arab tribes came to find out about this, at that time there were three known tribes: Qahtan, Adnan, and Quraysh. So Quraysh was the most famous tribe, and Quraysh is the tribe from where our beloved Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam came from. So these tribes, when they found out about this, they became very upset and angry. Now, one member of these tribes, there's two narrations, according to one narration, one member of these tribes, during the night, he came into the church and he soiled it with filth and dirt. This means he went to the washroom. And he went to the washroom in the middle of the church, and that church was then soiled and it was stained. And according to another narration, someone was staying nearby and they lit a fire for their necessities. That fire spread and it affected the church. When Abraha, the governor of Yemen, when he came to find out about this, he took a vow, and he said, I will destroy every single brick of the Kaaba. This was his vow, this was his promise. Are you boys listening? So what vow did he make? Who knows? What was his vow? This boy here with the long hair. What was his vow? Yes. What was Abraha's vow? What promise did he make? Okay, I appreciate your honesty. Yes, my friend. Yes, he will destroy the Kaaba. Okay. So he took permission from the king Najashi. And the king Najashi gave him 9 elephants. How many elephants? 9 elephants. He gave, in one of those 9 elephants, there was one special elephant. His name was Mahmud. What was his name? Okay, now keep in mind that in this story, the elephant's name is Mahmud. But if in real life we see someone who is called Mahmud, we shouldn't say, hey Mahmud the elephant to him. Okay, that's not nice. We shouldn't go and call people names. But nonetheless, the main and big elephant which Najashi gave to Abraha, his name was Mahmud. This was an extraordinary elephant. All elephants are big in size, but this elephant was even bigger than the other elephants. Now, he was equipped with a very dangerous army. They had elephants and they had an army. Do you boys know the damage an elephant can cause? Who knows? Yes, Musa. It can break, yes, many cars. Yes, if an elephant wanted to stomp on a car, the car would be destroyed. I'm not sure if there'll be insurance, but the car will be destroyed. That's how powerful and strong elephants are. Just one stomp, not even the whole body weight, just one stomp will crush and destroy the whole entire car. So he was granted 8 elephants. And one elephant, which was a 9th elephant, that was his special elephant, that he mounted, and then he set off. Now, Yemen is a long distance from Makkah Mukarramah. Along the way, he made many stops. There were many towns. So as he moved forward, he made the first stop. Now, in these towns, they would have tribes, and each tribe would have a leader. So he would stop at each town, and he would fight that tribe, and he would capture the leader. So he did this in the first town. He stopped there with his elephant army, captured the leader, and killed everyone else. Thereafter, he moved to the second town, again the same thing. He destroyed the town, captured the leader, and he moved to the third town. The third town was Taif. Taif is approximately 1 hour and 20 minutes by drive from Makkah Mukarramah. There was a tribe named Thaqif in Taif. So as Abraha was moving forward and making his way closer to Makkah Mukarramah, the news started to spread that this man is very dangerous. He has a very powerful army, and it's almost impossible to win and triumph against him. So the tribe of Thaqif, they made an agreement with Abraha and his army. The tribe of Thaqif said, the leader of the tribe of Thaqif, he said that don't hurt us, don't kill us, we will cooperate with you. We will help you. As long as you don't touch our people and you don't touch our place of worship. Their place of worship was called Lat. And Lat is the name of an idol. So they used to perform idol worshiping in the place of worship. So the leader joined Abraha's army. Now they made their way towards Makkah Mukarramah. And before they reached Makkah Mukarramah, there was a place called Maghmas. At that point, Abraha stopped. And he sent one of his ambassadors. Do you boys know what an ambassador is? Who knows what an ambassador is? Yes. Yes, a volunteer, a worker, a helper. Okay. This ambassador was sent to the Quraysh. And who was the leader of the Quraysh at that time? Who knows? Yes, my friend. Very good, mashallah. Excellent answer. I didn't even say it and he said the right answer. So Abdul Muttalib, who was the grandfather of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he was the leader of the Quraysh at that time. So Abraha sent his ambassador to Makkah Mukarramah, and the ambassador's job is to go and find out the situation in the towns and then report back to his boss, his manager. So Abraha's ambassador went and he conveyed this message to all of the leaders of the Quraysh that Abraha wishes to destroy the Kaaba. Now all the leaders said, wait a minute, we will take you to our big leader. It's like if someone comes to you boys and says, I heard that every Friday night there's a kids story night program here in the masjid. Can you please take me to someone who can help me out? So you boys will take him to Yafi you'll take him to Muhammad Ibrahim, because these are the two eldest boys in your group. And then these two boys will approach the Imam Sahib, they'll approach the responsible brothers. So in the same manner, the ambassador, he conveyed the message to all of the leaders. However, the leaders, they said no. Our main head figure, the biggest leader, is Abdul Muttalib. Come with us, we'll take you to him. So they took the ambassador to Abdul Muttalib. They had a conversation. Abdul Muttalib said that we Muslims are not concerned about Abraha and his army. Rather, I am concerned about my camels, because as soon as Abraha entered this zone, the Magmas zone, he stole 200 camels from the Quraysh, which belonged to Abdul Muttalib. So Abdul Muttalib said that we're not concerned about the Kaaba, we are concerned, or I am concerned about the camels that Abraha stole from me. So the ambassador said, you come with me. I will take you to my king. I will take you to my leader. He took him to Abraha. Now, keep in mind, he was the grandfather of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. As soon as Abraha saw Abdul Muttalib walking towards him, immediately he got off his elephant and showed a lot of love and respect for him, because he had a lot of light and nude on his face. He was a very respectable person. So Abdul Muttalib said to Abraha that I have information that you wish to destroy the Kaaba. He said, yes. Clear the way for us. We don't wish to fight you. And Abdul Muttalib said, likewise, we don't wish to fight you either, because you have a gigantic army. We cannot compete with you. It's like saying, if Muhammad Ibrahim was to square off with one of these small boys, is that a fair competition? No. The small boy is going to say, I don't wish to fight you because there's no real competition. So in the same manner, Abdul Muttalib said to Abraha, we don't wish to fight you because we don't have resources. We don't have elephants. We don't have weapons. We don't have military warfare. Thereafter, Abdul Muttalib said that I wish and I request that you return my camels back to me. When Abraha heard this sentence, he was shocked. He said, is that why you came here? Are you sure you don't want to ask me anything else? And do you realize that me and my army have left Yemen to destroy your Kaaba, your deen, your Islam? Do you realize that? He says, yes. And then he said, he made a very historical statement. He said, I own my camels. I own my camels, so I have to protect my own camels. And this house, the Kaaba, Kaabatullah, Baytullah, this is owned by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala himself will protect the Kaaba. When Abraha heard this, he was shocked that this man is not even scared and afraid of me and my army. Anyways, Abraha returned the 200 camels which he stole from Abdul Muttalib. Abdul Muttalib took those camels and he returned back to Makkah Mukarramah. He went straight to the Kaabatullah. He went to the door of the Kaaba, grabbed onto the edge and to the ring of the Kaaba, the door of the Kaaba, and he started making dua with his other Arab friends. And the dua was that, oh Allah, we cannot possibly compete with these people. These people have come here to destroy the Kaaba. Oh Allah, you destroy them. He made this dua. It was an earnest dua, an earnest plea. Thereafter, Abdul Muttalib and his tribesmen, they took refuge into the mountains. Now, Abraha, keep in mind he had a special elephant. What was the elephant's name? Mahmud. Very good, mashallah. He instructed Mahmud to stand up because now they want to make their way towards Makkah Mukarramah. He instructed Mahmud to stand up. Mahmud did not stand up. They hit him. They beat him. They took steel iron rods and they physically abused him and beat him, and they even tied that to his nose to pull him. But none of that worked. None of that worked. Then the other helpers in the army of Abraha, they said, okay, let's instruct Mahmud to stand up and return to Yemen. That's what they did, and the elephant then stood up and he started walking towards Yemen. Then they instructed the elephant to make its way towards Sham. Again, the elephant stood up and it started making its way towards Sham. But when they wanted the elephant to make its way towards Makkah Mukarramah, it sat back down. It didn't get up. It didn't get up. So this was one miracle that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala manifested. At the same time, as this was going on, they could now see birds flying in their direction. And these were not normal birds. They looked like pigeons with very dangerous and very scary features. Long red beaks, sharp claws. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala placed three pebbles, one pebble in the beak and one pebble in each claw. So each bird had 3 pebbles, one in each claw and one in the beak. And as these birds started to approach Abraha and his army, they started to pelt and throw these pebbles. And the effect of these pebbles was that as soon as the pebble would hit and strike a person, that person would, or the pebble would pierce the entire body and come out the other end, and that person would die right then and there. So every single person died, apart from Abraha. He also got injured, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wanted to make his death a lesson for every single person. So those pebbles struck each and every single person, and Abraha's body was completely sheared and completely destroyed. His body was taken in that form back to Yemen, and on the way, he died, and his entire body just disintegrated, and it was like water, and it just the body content just spread, and it just finished right then and there. After this event took place, the awe and reverence of the Quraysh was in each and every single person's heart. And they knew that something special was going to happen because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made this miracle happen. And this happened days before the birth of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. So my dear young friends, this is how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protects those who rely in Him. Now I'm going to ask you boys some questions, boys and girls. In which year did the incident and story of the elephant and the sacred Kabah take place? Yes, the blue t-shirt boy. Very good, but can you be more specific? It's like saying the year of the COVID. But if I was to ask you to be more specific, you would say 2020 or 2021. Yes. Muhammad Ibrahim. Okay, very good, mashallah. But what did I mention at the beginning of the story? You came late? Okay. Muhammad, is your hand up? Mu'iz. Yafi. I said it again at the end. Yes, my friend. Sorry, can you say that louder, please? It was the year in which Muhammad, right? Yes, Muhammad. MashaAllah. The year in which the Prophet ﷺ was born. Very good. Okay. When Abraha took power in Yemen, what was the first thing that he did? Yes. MashaAllah. He built a church how high, Musa? How high was the church? What example did I give? How high was the church? Yes, my friend. Yes, very good. If you looked at the top, Hashish and Ahmad's topi would fall off. That's how high it was. Okay, what was the reason why Abraha had the church built in Yemen? Yes. Muhammad Ibrahim. Very good. He wanted people to make the church their new place of worship and to ignore and to leave the Kaaba. Very good. When the Arabs heard about this, what did they do? Hands up. Yes. Very good. But what else did they do? After they were sad and angry, what else did they do? Muhammad Ibrahim. Sorry? Yes. That's according to one narration. He soiled the church with filth and dirt. And according to another narration, what happened? Yes. Very good. Okay, and the church caught on fire and it was heavily damaged. After that, what did Abraha vow to do? Yes, my friend, the red t-shirt. Very good, mashallah. He vowed that he will destroy the Kaaba. How many elephants did the king Najashi give him? Yes, my friend. 9, very good. What was the name of the special elephant? Hashr. Mahmud, very good, mashallah. Mahmud, by the way, is a beautiful name. Mahmud means the praised. Mahmud. It's from Hamd. Hamim Dal. Hamd. Mahmud. So the praised elephant. Okay? Now, when Abraha set out with his army, and when he reached the place of Maghmas, he encountered the Quraysh army. And from the Quraysh army, he met Abdul Muttalib. What did Abdul Muttalib, the grandfather of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, say to Abraha? Yes, my friend. Yeah. Very good. What else did he say? That's good, but he said 2 things. That was one thing. That he wanted his 200 camels back. What else did he say? Yes. Okay, very good. What else? Yes, Yafir. Very good. He said that I am the owner of the camels, so I need to protect my own camels. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He owns His house. He is the Lord of the house. He will protect His own house. Okay. After Abdul Muttalib returned back to Makkah Mukarramah, how did Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala punish Abraha's army? I need a detailed answer. Musa. Can you speak louder, please? You're on the right track. Very good, mashallah, but I need a loud answer so everyone can hear. Okay, very good. Then what else? What else? What happened after that? Okay, can you explain the details of that killing? Okay, my friend. Yes, you're doing the very nice answer, but I need some more details. Champion at the back. Champion, yes. Yes, my friend. Okay. Okay, Yafi, can you please elaborate? MashaAllah, very good. So that was one part. The other part was how did the pebbles kill the army? Yes. The pebbles, when they struck the army, what happened? Mu- Muhammad Ibrahim, yes. It pierced the entire body. So it went from the top right out from the bottom, and the whole entire body was turned to virtual dust. ألم تر كيف فعل ربك بأصحاب الفيل ألم يجعل كيدهم في تضليل ورسل عليهم طير أبابيل ترميهم بحجارة من سجيل فجعلهم كعصف مأكول. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala discusses this incident in this surah. Nonetheless, my friend, Jazakum Allahu khairan for attending. Before we make our way towards the back, okay, let us go in a single file. Inshallah, I will call your age groups out, and when your age groups are called out, then you make your way to the back. Please do not run and follow the age group, okay? So if you are 5 and 6, if you are 5 and 6, not in grade 5 or 6, if you are 5 years old or 6 years old, quietly make your way to the back, okay? Do not run. Quietly make your way to the back if you are 5 and 6. All 5-year-olds and all 6-year-olds, quietly make your way to the back, okay? A kind request, because you boys and girls are very young. We have to make special dua for Fahim Bai's father. He's ill in the hospital. Okay? So make dua that, oh Allah, say, oh Allah, grant Fahim Bai's father complete shifa. Allahumma shfihi, Allahumma shfihi, Allahumma shfihi. Adhib al-ba's, Rabb al-nas,